Hi guys, it's Ray from C.Gars and Leeds. We're today sitting in the sampling lounge in Leeds with a very special guest I have with me. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna sample a very interesting cigars, one of my favorite new cigars on the market. So I decided that will be one of the first videos we're gonna release with the sampling a cigar and recommendation for a pairing, of course. So without further doubt, let's introduce who is my guest today. So that is Vivi.
Thank you for having me, Ray. It's a pleasure to be visiting Leeds for the first time and to visit Cigars. I'm Vivi Eiroa, Julio Eiroa's granddaughter. My father, Justo, and Julio, my grandfather, have both launched Aladino cigars back in 2016, and now I have the pleasure of developing Aladino in the international markets.
Wow, it's a big celebrity in the house, guys. So I'm very honored to be here. So let's tell the people what we're gonna smoke today.
So today we're gonna be smoking a Aladino Corojo Reserva Robusto. It's a 50x5 pure puro made from 100% Corojo of higher primings. So Corojo is the original Cuban seed that was used in traditional Cuban cigars. Our family has been one of the best Corojo growers in the industry for over the past 50 years. So we're very proud to have this cigar out in the market for you guys to enjoy.
Well, very impressive, and I can't wait to start and lit the cigar. So, Vivi, it's been a few puffs into the cigar. My cigar is already half of inch on it, and I'm started picking up a lot of interesting flavors. But how is your cigar? How are you feeling it?
Very rich and velvety, but peppery as well.
Okay, velvet.
Yeah.
That's very interesting expression. You know, velvet in a sweet way, or
no, just the rich. Like I imagine, just it feels very bold.
Okay.
Bold flavor.
All right.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So I agree with most of the stuff with you. For me, that cigar is very rich cigar. It's extremely meaty. I like to say that like you eating a nice 12-15 pound steak, you know, tomahawk with a lot of meat, a lot of oils, and that's how you feel in my cigar. The pepper for me is more like a spiciness, but I think I used to smoke more strong cigars, and for me the cigar to be very peppery, probably I need slightly more kick in the cigar, but I get your idea where you get that pepperness and spiciness. For me, the spiciness is just keeping it in your mouth without going into your throat and stuff like that. But it's beautiful leather background, you know, that nice silky leather on the background on the cigar, where basically when you smoke it, even if you retrohale the cigar, is not harshness. It's a beautiful spiciness, which in my opinion the Corojo leaf is one of the best expression for a nice spiciness, a nice leather earthy tones.
Yeah, I pick up the earthy tones as well. Very
well. So my option for today, it's a very beautiful Staladio, truth to be told, which is 22 years old Scotch malt. It's a beautiful cask strength whiskey, which is 54.4% ABV, and I usually don't water it down with the water or anything. I love it to be naturally cask strength. It's a very beautiful aroma of cinnamon and that sweetness. It's effectively that is a quite old cask, and you've got that very rich flavors just on a smell. And a lot of people say the older the whiskey, that many seconds keep it in your mouth to get all the flavors. So I'm not going to do that on the camera. It's taking half a minute to keep that in your mouth and get the flavors. But one of the best pairings is probably, in my opinion, you always nice whiskey. Just need a drum, not a water, not on anything in the whiskey. And the cigar is, as we say, rich and meaty. And always when you have a nice dinner, a nice after drum is good for your digestive system. But that's, for me, is one of the best pairings at all.
So I'm not typically a whiskey drinker. I'll drink it from time to time. I do think a whiskey does go very nicely with this cigar. I would probably also pair this with a very rich Barolo something very full-bodied, a really nice, heavy red wine. Also
Okay.
after dinner.
Very good
Or
option.
maybe after dinner, having a...
I'm agree with you. The wine is, I love wine as well, and especially rich and dark wines. They work well with the nice and spicy cigars. Completely agree with you. Is it, you're coming from Honduras. Is there anything specific you pair your cigars in Honduras, which maybe not alcoholic? You know, I don't know if you make a coffee in Honduras or maybe cocoa-based drink or anything like that. Is there anything local way we can't get here and you can recommend?
So in Honduras, we have a lot of coffee cultivation. So we have we have great coffee. A nice black Honduran coffee would pair very well with this cigar.
What's your final thoughts on the cigar? What do you think for the end of the cigar? How the cigar moved? Did it move at all on the last part?
So I'm still picking up peppery notes, but I'm also picking up licorice.
Interesting. Licorice is a very, very specific flavor,
Yeah.
which I know some certain producers, their leaves have a lot of licorice, which is quite common recently. So maybe your family, the people your granddad who blend that cigar, pick something interesting, the last part of the cigar. I haven't picked licorice in my part, but probably because I use different type of drinks to pair my cigar, and they literally move in the directions in one way different than yours. In my opinion, the cigar become quite peppery. I mean, chili peppery. So spiciness and chili, red pepper, that literally chili pepper you're using a lot in some of the dishes and stuff. So that's what I pick a lot in the cigar, and it's very cocoa. The last part I've got a lot of cocoa. Like we talk a lot about the cocoa and the bitterness, and I didn't pick bitterness, but I pick a lot of cocoa. And that's another way how when people smoking cigars, sometimes even if you're talking about food, you start thinking about the food, and you maybe pick something from that food. It's just your mind playing tricky games in that way. But do you think you can drink something different with the last part of the cigar, or you can carry on with the same drinks you got already?
I think it could go either way. I could still enjoy a bitter cocktail with this, or maybe even something a bit lighter.
But lighter. My suggestion for the last part of the cigar is just a sip of a nice lightweight rum. Let's say coconut rum, 38-40% ABV, with a piece of ice in there. Nothing more. You've got the nice sweet spirit. Let's say don't go for a whiskey probably on the last part, because that spice and that chili pepper and maybe will be too much chili for your tongue and might kill some taste buds, which will come back in 7 years. But rum, in my opinion, is the best end of the thing. You might do it on a cocktail. In my opinion, it's just a little bit of nice white rum, slight piece of ice, and that will be great end of the cigar.
I think I will follow your recommendation then.
Perfect.
You're the expert pairer. So
Perfect. Thank you very much for that. Right, guys, I think that will be the final of our small chat with Vivi. I'm very happy that she was here with me and shared the moments and the cigar with her. It's one of the first videos we're making in that idea. There will be plenty more coming, guys. I'll try to recommend you completely different drinks, different cigars, different expressions. I can't guarantee always we're going to smoke the best cigars in the world, but I'll try to give my honest opinion of what we're smoking, what we're drinking. I'll try to bring a lot of interesting people to have a chat with them, discuss what we're drinking, what we're going to smoking. I think that will be everything for today. Thanks very much for watching. We're in Leeds. If you want to have a chat with me, you know where to find me.
thank you for having me, Ray. It was great to spend the afternoon with you, smoke one of our cigars, and get to try some of your great cocktails. I hope to join you guys again for the next time that we record an Aladino pairing.